Line up, you fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The Moneyline.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Moneyline, we are live. I am here with the Finch man, Mike Finch himself. How you doing, brother?
I am good, AJ. I got to hang out with Khabib last week. I'm going to Bellator next week. We're working, man. We're getting stuff done. How are you, AJ?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm excited for this card this weekend, 277. Good rematches in the main and the co-main. I want to talk to you about your interaction with Khabib Nurmagomedov. If the people didn't see, Mike Finch is befriending the Eagle himself last weekend. He was doing him some favors, you know. He was getting buddy with him. You got a little interview with him too. Tell me about it, Mike.
Yeah, I walked into the room and I hear, "Hey, brother." I look over, it's Khabib. He's like, "What do you do?" I have my Bellator pass on. I'm like, "I do social media." And then he's like, just sends me on this errand right away. "Can you get us some t-shirts? We want to wear our Bellator t-shirts out." So when I went back to him, I had the phone on already. I did a full interview with Khabib. That's on my YouTube channel / Mike Finch. You guys could check out the Mike Finch show. It's a short interview with Khabib, but we talked about how the hell it got in Abu Dhabi and what that means for the fight. And he said, who cares what Charles Oliveira thinks? I mean, he was very off the cuff, man. Khabib was really cool to hang out with. I got to see him a lot after that Usman fight when he was able to relax in the back a little bit. And man, a good guy. Like I got to hang out with him, Ali Abdelaziz, kind of be in that room for a half hour with them. And definitely a lot of good people over there. Team Dagestan smashed that last Bellator card. You watched the fights?
I may have checked out a little
bro. Usman destroyed Chris Gonzalez. That dude is one of the best 155ers in the world. A lot of good stuff to say about it. But yes, me and Team Dagestan, best friends now.
Best friends now. Listen, bro, we're waiting on you to bring him on the show. What's going on over here?
True. I got it. Yeah, it's true. I got Ali Abdelaziz's number. Maybe I'll hit him up.
Hit him up, bro. Hit him up. Finch man gets Khabib on the pod. That'd be
another level.
That would be next level. That'd be a level above, man.
All right, it's on the list. It's on the bucket list. Get Khabib on.
Get Khabib on the fucking slate. Now we got more though, as far as current events.
Hit me with
interesting things in the fight game. Sean O'Malley talked about he got into a little bit of a discussion / argument type situation with UFC matchmaker Sean Shelby. Saying, "Oh, you'll want more money, you'll want this, you want that." Ends up getting thrown Petr Yan. Now, the fight, people are saying, "Oh, it makes sense. That's why he's being thrown to Yan." But I'm kind of thinking it's put up or shut up for Sean O'Malley. Like they're saying, "Okay, you fight the number 1 contender fight. Let's get him right in. You win this bout, you're fighting for the belt. You lose this fight, you get sent back, but you're still sugar show." What do you think about the matchup? What do you think about his beef with Sean Shelby? Is it a punishment? Is he getting thrown to the wolves?
Is the UFC just putting hits out on fighters now, right? Hamzat against Nate. They're gonna throw, Sugar Sean in there with Petr Yan. It's like you get beef with the UFC, they put a fucking hit out on you, bro. This is mafia shit. No, I think it's a good fight, man. I think Sugar Sean versus Petr Yan, in all honesty, is a phenomenal fight. Very tough one to pick from a betting side. I don't know if you saw the line on it yet, but coming back to the argument with Sean Shelby, it's not good for business, man. You don't want to butt heads with the matchmaker. Like that's just one of those humans, right, in your life where it's like you got to keep business good. And there's definitely business acumen to be learned, I think, by Sugar Sean. And look, if Sean Shelby's disrespecting him, take it up with Sean Shelby. Don't be putting it out on your podcast like that, because now we're talking about it on this show. I guess Sean Shelby said to him, well, okay, go ahead and keep hanging out with 6ix9ine or whatever, the rapper. And Sean's like, I hung out with him one time. Like, I'm training, And he said, Sean Shelby said, well, I guess you're going to expect to be paid a lot now. And he's like, yeah, I bring the numbers. It's just the wrong tone, man. You want to be on the same team with the UFC. That's how you achieve all the best things. That's what McGregor did. That's what the successful guys have done before him. I would inform, O'Malley to just keep business, and handle stuff directly with him. I think it was a bit of a mistake to go to war with Sean Shelby. Am I crazy for that? Should he just call him out on his podcast, AJ?
No, I think you should not bring it up on the pod. I mean, yeah, it gets views, it gets a little notoriety, people talking about it, we're talking about it, but it seems like being brought into the public eye will cause for more tension between the parties. I think it's maybe keep business in business. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to bring it up on the pod, talk about it. Like, even if it's valued points, like, Sean O'Malley is right. He brings in the fucking numbers more than pretty much anybody else right now.
People talk about him. He's
popular
entertaining,
as
man.
hell. Does he deserve big money? Yes. Sean Shelby, I don't know what the interaction was. Is it a little bit of a low shot to say, oh, go hang out with 6ix9ine? Or it's maybe a little disrespect. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm fighting. Why did he say that? I don't know. We don't have the exact details. I'd like to see a laid out slate of the conversation, and then we'll have an idea what's really going on. We'll never know. We just hear on one side. I don't know if Sean Shelby will come out against him. He probably won't even want to bring attention to it. He'll probably call him on the side. What the fuck you bringing this shit up?
We need to do it like Showtime Boxing does it. Sit them at a table staring across from each other. We'll have Ray Flores mediating the whole thing. That's it's interesting. I don't think it escalates. No, I think Sugar Sean understands that he wants to have a good relationship with the company. Same thing I said about Nate Diaz. It's like, you don't go work for Tesla and say fuck Elon Musk all day. Like, if you're gonna if you're gonna be a UFC employee, a UFC independent contractor, want to be there. Because why not? You can come over Bellator if you want. Definitely something that they should have handled between themselves. But interesting to see. And I must say, it's about time for him to step up and fight Petr Yan. I do think that Sugar Sean has been brought up the right way so far. A lot of the competition he's faced has been, the right fights for a guy who's getting better, who's not in his prime yet. I think now's the time. Fuck it. Let's see Petr Yan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm in.
I'm in too. I feel like if O'Malley is at that, and it's a good matchup. If he's at that level, he'll pass it. If not, he needs a little more time. It's not really a huge stock drop to lose to a Yeon, but I'll say this. He's got a lot of advantages over Yeon, 5'4" to 5'11". He's got the reach edge. He moves well. I mean, it's not an easy fight for Yeon. If Sean O'Malley,
a 5-round fighter, it's 3 rounds, I believe, right? So
dude, it's got to be 3.
You could see Sugar Sean kind of winning those first 2. Petr Yan kind of picks it up as the fight goes on. It's a slow burn. I think Sugar Sean comes out a little sharper. It'll be interesting to see who could take those 3 rounds.
I think, in a 3-round fight, I mean, I wouldn't hate the idea of Sean O'Malley as the pick. I think he could take a decision. I don't know about him getting the knockout on Yan. It's a good fight. I like the matchup. Let's see what level Sean O'Malley's really at. And if you look, the man who beat him, Marlon Vera, he's top line now. He's fighting Dominic Cruz. He's close to a title shot with a win over that one. So, I mean, rematch is on the line there. That's a money fight. I mean, if somehow they can get that position in, even if it's not a title fight after, I feel like Sean O'Malley right now is in a position where he's going to make a ton of money. So I'm glad for the guy. I want to talk about the next star, right? I guess star, popular guy, somebody who has a lot of hype. But is the hype real? Paddy Pimblett, tell me, Mike. What do you think? What'd you think last weekend? What were your thoughts of the fight?
He's fire on the mic, as always. He's out there mooning people at weigh-ins. I mean, the guy's out of his mind. It's awesome. He's very entertaining. He does he understands the entertainment aspect, the entertainment business, and he's very good at it. He's a natural at it. As far as the fight goes, bro, he was getting held on the fence by the twerking, mid-grade, not even gatekeeper UFC level talent. So I didn't like seeing him get held on the fence like that. Speaking technically, he needs better head position in the clinch. You guys, who are Cain Velasquez fans, Cain always gets his forehead up under your jaw. That gives him better positioning. He can go underhooks. He can go and work with strikes from there. I didn't see any of that from Pimblett. I need to see him jack up the underhook. He keeps getting the other guys jacking up the underhook on him every fight. We need to see Paddy Pimblett jack up the underhook, get off that fence, quit getting held on that thing, because people see that as an opportunity to start scoring on him and beating him up. If I'm watching those Paddy Pimblett fights, I'm seeing places on the fence where he's still green, right? So you don't want to move Paddy up too quick. I actually said at the gym today, I was like, why not Nate Diaz, Paddy Pimblett? Why not? And people were like, no, Paddy's not ready yet. I see why they think that.
Paddy Pimblett, it's either like some type of marketing super ploy fight next if they want to rush him up the ranks. Like I heard people talk a little bit about, can you imagine him versus McGregor? That would be a very marketable fight. But I don't think Paddy Pimblett is gonna fare very well. Let's say, well, let me throw a name at you. Arman Sarukian and Paddy Pimblett.
Oh my God, bro.
It's Sarukian.
You need to bring a coroner in for that fight. Please don't make that matchup, AJ. Whoa. Way too far. Way too quick.
Way too far. Now, okay, let's talk back end. Diego Ferreira versus Paddy Pimblett.
That's a better fight. I don't even know if we want to come up that quick, but yeah, that's a winnable fight for Paddy. Probably closer to even odds. No.
Yeah, I think it would be fairly close on the lines, but as far as the matchup, I see him beating a Ferreira potentially. The guy I think that actually he gets stopped at is like a Gillespie. I think that's a real hard matchup. Because, dude, the striking of Paddy Pimblett, let's be honest, Jordan Levitt touched him up a little bit, man. And Jordan Levitt is the most awkward striker, probably, in the lightweight division, maybe ever. He's
awkward, dude. Just you don't even need to put striker. He's just the most awkward.
In general. Yeah.
I agree with you. Jai Herbert fought on that card. Do you want to see Paddy Pimblett banging with Jai Herbert?
I think Paddy would beat a Jai Herbert on the ground. Ooh, yeah, for sure. I think
he's going Jai, bro.
You're going Jai? No, bro. No way.
No way.
I don't think so.
You're not that confident in Paddy. Stop. Jai Herbert's not out kickboxing. Paddy Pimblett.
Oh, he is. I think Paddy gets it to the floor, man. I think he will. He would take a Jai Herbert down, and he would choke him out. That would be my take on that one. Striking, though, no, of course. I think he's in trouble. I'm worried about Paddy Pimblett when he can't get fights in a good position on the mat. When he's forced to strike with somebody, even a good wrestler that has some boxing. Jared Gordon, they talk about that fight. That's a worrisome fight, in my opinion. Agreed. Jared's got good wrestling. He's got a good gas tank, and he's constantly present. Is Paddy Pimblett knocking him out? Probably not. He said he'll fight a Jared Gordon. I think that could be the worst decision of all time.
Yeah, I don't think that's the right fight to make for him. They got to bring him up slow. If you listen to Paddy said it wasn't one of his best performances and that he wasn't proud of his performance. So, maybe he's got more to show us, man. He had a lot of weight on his shoulders in that fight with his friend's suicide and whatnot. And, it was powerful to hear him open up about that after the fight. Such an entertaining dude going through such, hardships. It's a lot for the kid. He's learning and growing in front of our eyes. So I won't judge him too hard on just the one fight. I do think he's capable of a lot, but don't give him a great wrestler he can't take down right now. No, you know what? The UFC's been matchmaking well. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll make that mistake, man. Let's see what he can do in his prime. I don't think he's there yet.
Not yet. Agreed, bro. Paddy Pimblett, keep it slow and steady. We don't need to rush him to the top just because he's a good sellable fighter.
Molly McCann, on the other hand, Molly Meatball, on the other hand, I think they could start fast tracking her a little bit. The women's division's a little more wide open. You saw that she called out Valentina Shevchenko's sister, right? I think that, Antonina, right? Antonina Shevchenko versus Molly Meatball. I'm in too. But we do got the first guest in the house. I want to let our guy in. It is Bellator contender Adam Borics.
All eyes on me.
Adam, how are you, my man?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing good.
Good, man. Good. I have to ask you. You just arrived back in the States, I believe, from being home in Hungary.
Yeah, I came back last Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it being here in the States? Because I've heard some things that you're pretty popular over there. You're a pretty big celebrity in your home country.
Yeah, I do, but it was great to come back for me. It was like almost 4 months to be home. I mean, I went to Sweden, also trained a little bit, but it was good to be back.
That's nice. And then just out of my curiosity, in Sweden, was it at All Stars? Did you train with Hamza at all?
Yes, I did.
Trained with Hamza. We got to talk about that. Adam Borics shows up to the show with no shirt on. Should we go, Adam?
Let's go.
No shirts for this interview, bro. Let's go. Adam the Kid Borics in the house. Adam, you're in shape, bro. You look better than me.
I'm always in shape. That's my lifestyle. My what was my vacation with my wife? that's the All-Star camp.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're in nasty shape. Obviously, you're trying to push for a title shot, right? How close are we to getting a title shot booked? And talk to me about your journey here, because you had a war with Mads Burnell. I mean, you
Yeah.
versus Mads Burnell. I was there cage side. One of the most fun fights I've ever got to sit there for. You guys had to dig deep. I feel like you earned your title shot off of that fight. Do you agree? And are we close to getting this thing booked?
Yeah, I really believe that I will get the title shot. I had fun, man. The last fight was fun for me. Mets is a beast, man. But I really enjoyed that fight also. It was my one of my favorite movement in my life. It was great. Yeah.
It was an absolute war, man. I've seen you make your case in that fight because Mads Burnell brought it, and you were able to outstrike him, man. He's one of the best boxers we've seen in that 145 division, and you were able to get the decision on him unanimously. I've obviously been seeing a lot of the lighter fighters in Bellator doing phenomenal. Did you watch that card last week? And I want to ask you about how you think they match up with UFC fighters. Can I ask you one specifically? How do you think a Patricio Pitbull matches up against an Alexander Volkanovski? Are you guys at that level?
I think that's really, it would be a great fight because both of them, they are small, and they are short. But Patricio is a counter fighter, and Volkanovski, just comes forward, bro. It would be a great fight. I think we are the same level,
There it is. AJ, I think that's a badass fight. I know that, Pitbull was calling for it. He wanted that. I think Adam's trying to keep him there in Bellator for a little longer.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Adam, you're looking at a division right now that, besides AJ McKee was once in the slate at the top, Pitbull has been the guy for many years. So
Yeah.
having a fight with him, is it something like really almost like, I don't want to necessarily say if he was one of your heroes when you were working your way up, but
Yeah.
like, did you always watch Patricio?
Yeah, when I joined to the Bellator, he was the champ, and he just lost one time against AJ. So I think the biggest thing what you can do in the Bellator is beat Pitbull because he's the biggest name in the organization, and he was like champ like 5 years in a row. Who did that? Or Jose Aldo was a champ like 6 years in the UFC. So that's being on the top like that long. That's not easy, man.
Agreed,
true.
man. Yeah, it's a hard run, and I personally always have said I view Patricio as Bellator's greatest of all time. Mike, you agree with that?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as accolades go, absolutely. And especially since he got that win back from AJ McKee, I do think that you have to put Patricio up there with the all-time accomplishments. So I know that's the fight you want to have, Adam. So let's speak hypothetically. You're standing across from Patricio Pitbull. You got your dream fight. How does Adam Borics become the #1 fighter in the world? How do you beat a Patricio Pitbull?
I really know I'm the one of the strongest 145er on the world, and nobody works harder, and I think I earned that. I beat Jeremy Kennedy, Matt Barner. Both of them, they were on the top. They are such a nice guys and such a good fighters. So I think I earned that. I had so many fights in the Bellator, 9 or 10, I don't know. So I earned that, and a lot of people. I already told that before Pico fight. Everybody will know my name, and
Everybody
if I get that shot, they will know that.
It would be his breakout moment, AJ. I think that would be the time where Adam Borics, you take your career to a whole new level. Adam,
Maybe the kid became a man.
You'll change the nickname.
No, I never.
That's great. You can't change the nickname, but the kid did become the man right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Billy Barnes jumping in the chat. Borics beat Pico. That's no easy fight. Hey, Borics, you've beat Aaron Pico, Mads Burnell. Borics has fought the best of the best at 145.
Pat also, he was a former champ.
Absolutely, absolutely. Your schedule's been nothing less than the best, man. You've
Yeah.
had a hard road up. You know, a lot of people don't want to take that Aaron Pico fight, man. You know, Aaron Pico's
Oh,
one of those guys where he's world
yeah.
class and can finish anybody, has the skills to finish anybody. You were able to get him out of there in an unbelievable way. I think it's your time, man. Is this the how do you feel? Is this your prime? Are you in your prime?
Yes, definitely. One time I said when it wasn't like I feel right now, you know, I just turned 29 a couple of weeks ago. So and I
Happy
feel
birthday.
mentally, thank you. I feel mentally like I have self-belief now, you know. I really know now I am one of the best 145er on the world. You know, everywhere I go on every country and I train somewhere else, I can feel it. I am one of the best 145er. So it's like gives me confidence, you know. So it was the most change, I think, the self belief, and I really know what I am capable.
AJ, I think the sky's the limit for him, man. I
I
know you
agree.
saw that Mads Burnell fight. I know you saw that ridiculous Aaron Pico finish. This dude is very capable.
I think so, man. I feel like you're already knocking on the door. You've looked better each time out, and I guess that jumps to you're training at Sanford MMA.
Yeah.
They recently get bought and changed names? Is this rumors that are floating around online? What's going on with that?
I really don't know, but it looks like Killcliff FC, so they're gonna change soon, or but they started to change the name.
Yeah.
It's gonna change, I think.
Okay. No, and I don't know if you know anything about this. Is there any Joe Rogan involvement in this, or is this all smoke? Like, I don't know if this is true or not. These are things I've read.
I don't know, man.
We'll find out soon enough, man.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting the good training, that's what it's about at the end of the day. No matter Kingcliff,
Exactly.
Sanford, who cares?
Yeah, I don't care. I just get the good push, and that's it.
Let's go, man.
AJ,
And now,
they've got so many savages in Florida out there, man. He could go from gym to gym out there in Florida and train with so many world champions, dude. That's a phenomenal place to do a training camp, AJ.
yeah, man, South Florida's the spot, man. Not necessarily my area, Tampa. I mean, there's talent, there's guys here, but it's small gyms, man. There's no real American top team vibe or Sanford or anything like
Oh
that.
yeah.
There it is. Adam, we've got a big UFC card here. AJ, what do you want to hear from Adam Borics, the mystic Adam Borics? What can he help us with?
I think Adam might have some dynamite picks this week, and I want to ask him about some big fights towards the main card. I think we have to start it off right, giving the respect to the ladies. It's Juliana Pena, Amanda Nunes rematch. Adam, what do you think about this fight? Because for me, I'm very worried. I saw Amanda in that first fight look maybe
I was
broken,
shocked, man.
fatigued. It was crazy. How do you think she fares now in the rematch?
I don't know. I feel like Pena because it's like at first fight I was like, I don't know, not 100%, 120% Nunes gonna win, you know. And I was like, I couldn't believe that. So I don't know, something changed there. I mean, I saw that she has a new gym now, you know, own gym, and I don't know it's gonna work or not. So I have to go with Pena now.
Pena. Oh yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea going with her. I mean, she's done her thing the last time out, and what I saw from that last fight was Amanda put a lot of pressure on her early, and you could
And she
still
got
see
tired, or I don't know.
she gassed, and it was like Pena's losing the fight, but she's still just making it frustrating for Amanda. Why can't I just get this girl out of here in one round? And obviously, we saw how it finished out.
Yeah.
Something that Adam Borics is really good at is in that firefight when Mads Burnell is coming in there and he's shoulder rolling and he's doing his stuff.
Look at that
You
movement.
stay. You like it? You like it? That's his style.
I like it.
There it is. That's his style. I got my Mads Burnell mimic. He invited me out to Vegas. Maybe I'll go let him beat me up. Maybe I should go spar with Mads.
He's a certainly nice guy.
He's good people. My point is that you stay patient. You stay composed. Amanda Nunes did not do that. Amanda Nunes just kept banging with her and banging with her. She emptied her gas tank. I wonder if Amanda Nunes fights strategically, shouldn't she dominate this fight, Adam?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. but she has power, but she is like I told before the first fight, she's on another level, like big different. But I don't know, maybe she didn't train enough for the first fight, but I hope she does this time, and she's not gonna guess out. And maybe she gonna be more disappointed, not disappointed. How they call doesn't matter. So she gonna look her condition more, not just like sprint and that's it. But technically, I think Nunes she is better. But Pena maybe she has more motivation. Nunes been on the top like long time, so that's why I think Pena has more fire.
Yeah. Yeah. She has larger ovaries. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Yeah.
She said she has larger ovaries, AJ. I don't know if you
I heard
buy
that
that.
too.
But I really do think she broke Amanda Nunes. So super fun fight. It just seems to me that Amanda Nunes fought the worst fight she possibly could. And by the way, Adam, she's changed camps too. I wonder how this all affects the fight. But phenomenal fight. Super excited for that one.
I got more though. I want to hear you take. We got the co-main event, interim title on the line. It's Brandon Moreno taking on Kaikar of France. What do you feel about this fight? First time Moreno gets it on the cards. They rematch now years later. Moreno's been the champ. Interim belt there. Weird situation with that. I don't know if Davison interim belt. I think Davison is considering going to 135, which is why they're doing this interim belt. Maybe they then just move them up.
5 rounds.
5 rounds, yeah.
That changes the fight. Look at Adam. His wheels are spinning. He's like, 5 rounds.
Yeah, 5 rounds is different because I don't know, man. Kaikar France, I like that guy. I think he has power in that division, and he's young, so I have to go with him because I think he has more fire and he's fresh. So I have to go with him. That guy is good. He has heavy hands and that's 125, right?
Yeah, flyweight 125.
And he knocked people out. So I go with him.
Okay. We got the Kaikar France dog pick as well. He's a big underdog. So we're going with Pena at the top and Dog City, man. This is Dog City. Adam Dog City Borics. Let's go, man. I like it, bro.
We appreciate that. Before we let you go, any other fights on this card where you see it and you go, oh, I know Derrick Lewis is going to win? Or, oh, I know. Is there any other fight on this card you're looking at?
I love that guy. I love that guy. You not even know his opponent name, man. Did you see that interview?
That's right. That's right.
So let's go, Derrick Lewis. I love that guy. Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is. He's going to be in Texas. To be honest, his record hasn't been the best in Texas. So we'll see how he does there. But we know you're rooting for him, Mads. Excuse me, Adam. We talked so much about Mads, but now I'm calling him Mads.
I just caught that.
Adam the Kid Borics made a stop by Moneyline. We so appreciate it, brother. You are one of the most humble fighters we have talked to. Obviously, everybody wants to follow you on your journey for this title fight, but let people know, how do we keep up with Adam the Kid Borics as he turns into Adam the Man Borics?
On Instagram, Adam Borics, my username. And I have a YouTube channel, but it's Hungarian, so guys would be like not understand that.
Got you. There it is. Hit him up on Instagram, AJ.
Good to meet you, Adam. Much love. Next time, if you come back and you guys are doing the shirtless thing, I'll join you. But it was too off guard for me. I said, I don't know what's going on over here.
All right, guys.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Adam.
Brother.
Much love.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All eyes on me.
Let me get dressed again, bro.
Get that shirt on, my friend. That was too funny, bro. That was incredible.
Everybody hating on the chest hair. This is what a man looks like. Okay, comment section right there. Chest hair. That's how we do it in the Finch household. All right, I'm not shaving nothing.
That's great, man. Mike, you're funny as shit, bro. That was a hilarious moment. 10 out of 10. They're taking the shirts off. I'm sitting here. I'm like, this is funny as shit. I don't know. I didn't even know what to do. I froze of just laughter, bro. I'm like, this is incredible. This is incredible. That was great, dude. That was fun.
All right, look
talking
at
to
all
you
these
about that.
ridiculous comments about just hating. Some people loving the chest hair, but how dare they? Finchy doesn't get drunk. He gets awesome. I appreciate that, Fernando. Finch looks like he's going to step on the weigh-in scale. Brother, I need to be in better shape for that. Why is Mike shirtless? Dev the dude. Because our guest came on shirtless. I'm a gentleman.
Mike rips the shirt off. I'll be honest, Mike, I didn't expect that. I was caught off guard. That was really funny, bro. Great moment right there. Holy fuck.
We
Now,
rolled with it.
we had a good little flow with Adam, or AKA Mads, you know. That was great at the
Damn it. Okay. 30 something hours of the show. I'm gonna eventually fuck up. All right.
Oh my God, that was incredible, bro. That was fun, man. Great time, bro. Absolutely good interview. Good dude. Family man, it seems like. Just genuine good vibes from Adam Borics. I'm almost making me say fucking Mads Brunel, man.
Good, do it. Mads today. Yes, Adam Borics is really, really talented. For those of you guys who haven't seen him fight, I highly recommend checking out that Aaron Pico fight. If you love good fights, you're gonna love Matt. I almost did it again. You're gonna love the kid, man. Adam Borics brings it every time. He's right on the verge of that title shot. I do think he's gonna get it, and man, can't wait to see it. Glad to have him on.
Let's go, champ. We're gonna jump to fight number one. For those watching, be sure to smash the likes, subscribe if you're new, show some love to the Moneyline, and also we have to mention my bookie. Promo code Moneyline. Go sign up, create an account. You get a 50% playback bonus on top of your first deposit, and it helps the boys out here at Moneyline. We get re-signed up by them. Better production, more. Better for us, better for you, better for the whole crew.
Does the show look good, guys? All right. I this week I never listen to anybody else's prediction shows. I swear. I just come in this thing cold and give you my take. But I looked around a little bit. Billy Barnes, Kusha, the people we got working on the show to make it look so pretty like it does. Shout out to them. Wow, we want to keep them paid. We want to keep them fed. It really helps us out to support. All you can do to support is just simply sign up for my bookie, get a 50% bonus. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Let's go. First fight. Cosce versus Blood Diamond. It's Orion Cosce. I know he's got his brother Luis Cosce. This fight here, we talked Blood Diamond, and I remember, Mike, you were pretty confident in his striking ability when we broke him down versus Jeremiah Wells. You thought that he had the goods. You see that fight play out. You see how he was controlled on the floor. They now match him up with, I don't want to say a one-dimensional wrestler, but a guy who is more so favoring grappling, takedowns, control, ground and pound, maybe submission attempts, but lacks the stand-up. Blood Diamond has the stand-up. How do you think this fight plays out, man? Because it really is the clash of styles.
Exactly as you just put it. You know, the more I watched Cosce, the more I saw opportunities for Blood Diamond to put that head kick up there, man. The thing I see with Blood Diamond striking that impresses me is his ability to not telegraph a head kick. He'll stand right in front of you, and it looks like you're just going back and forth boxing, and a shin comes up out of nowhere. It's very hard to deal with that. He is going to get a highlight reel KO eventually. Is this the fight? Man, I think he needs to shore up that wrestling better, man. And look, he didn't get taken down at will by Jeremiah Wells, but he did get smushed into that fence. He couldn't really do much, couldn't create separation. He got kind of manned up on that fence there. When you fight Blood Diamond, the game plan is obvious, AJ. Push him through that fence like cheese through a grater. You just want to stick him on that wall and leave him there. Take him down, beat him up. I do think that's the exact game plan here. The blueprint is public. It's too obvious, and we need more time for Blood Diamond to adjust to fight a grappler like this. So if this dude wants to strike with Blood Diamond, he's getting knocked out. I don't think he's that stupid. I got to pick against Blood Diamond, unfortunately. We'll go decision. I tell you what, I'm rooting for him.
You're rooting for him? And I mean, he's got kind of a guy you can root for easily, man. But I'm leaning towards Cosce to win as well. I kind of feel like he might get a finish, though. On the mat, Cosce has gotten a fair amount of KO TKOs as of recent. 3 out of the last 5, has a Kimura win in there. I see it inside of the distance. Cosce, maybe even leaning sub if he's able to lock something up. He's a small, but not, I mean, I don't want to say small, but he's a decent favorite, but not an unplayable line. It's minus 185 for Cosce, Blood Diamond plus 155. I think in this spot, you're risky to play the over-unders just because Blood Diamond has that ability that if he could land a big strike, this fight could end at any moment. And if there's space striking, I think he's going to have a ton of success against Cosce, who I feel like needs to smother the hell out of him. Cosce to win by decision, which is the Finchman's pick, plus 420. Lucky number right there. Win inside distance for Cosce, just plus 105. I think Cosce money line would be the way to go. Or if you need to prop it up and you're agreeing with Mike, maybe you go towards that one.
Yeah, I mean, we can't rely if he starts out wrestling Blood Diamond. I don't really have a lot of faith in Blood Diamond's jiu-jitsu on the mat either, so I don't know if he's getting finished or not. But, you know, I watched that Philip Rowe fight. Orion Cosce took Philip Rowe down. Pretty much all I need to see, man. I think he's hitting this takedown on Blood Diamond.
Yeah, I agree. Cosce for the win for both of us to start the night off. Next one, Negumereanu versus Ihor Potieria. Mike, with Igor. I've seen it spelled both ways, so I'm gonna ride with Ihor, but it might be Igor on fight night. We'll find out. I like the striking from distance. I think he's got a pretty good style. I think that Negumereanu, I don't want to say he's sloppy, but he comes with forward pressure, lacking much head movement, a lot of hooks. Does he hit hard? Fairly, but hasn't really shown, you know, that big knockout shots as of recent in the UFC. What was the last fight he fought? In Zetshiku, I believe. He went the full distance. It was a real competitive fight. Ends up getting the decision on the cards. I didn't love how he looked there. I think Potieria will be more technical striking. I like the kickboxing. Granted, we haven't seen him against that next like top level. We saw him on the Contender Series and he looked good, but I was looking back at his record and this fucked with me just a bit on Poteria's side. Let me quickly pull it up. What was this fight? He fought a guy. Okay, yes, this was in 2020. He's fighting guys with no wins, 0-2, 0-4, 0-3. And he went the distance with the guy who was 0-3, which is something that concerns me. I'm picking him to win. I'm going to say leaning towards TKO, but kind of feeling decision too. But very worrisome resume with Potieria if you start digging into it.
Phenomenal take, AJ. That's the same thing, I think. Look, Potieria looks pretty dangerous on the feet, man. You know, he came out with a flying knee against Georgi. I'm gonna mess his last name up. Labadzani. His kickboxing looks mean to me, man. I do like his style. I like his confidence in that cage. He does the whole. He gives me some, you know, McGregor vibes a little bit. Like he's definitely a performer. This is a huge step up in competition. The competition level that these guys have fought is incomparable. You know, Nikolai applies pressure well. He's going to be, you know, trying to push Ihor back. I just think that Ihor is going to be a little bit ahead of him, man. I don't see Ihor getting outstruck here. And, you know, I see this thing more so being on the feet and in the clinch. I'm going to lean a close decision to Ihor, but you know, not a fight I'm looking to bet on because the guy is unproven. I need to see what he looks like against UFC level talent. Now we're going to find out.
I agree. I'll ride with you on Potieria. He's a very slight minus 110 dog to Negumereanu at minus 120 as the favorite. It's a pick'ems matchup. We're riding Potieria to win. I was leaning him by KO, TKO, but I'm kind of feeling like decision might be a better way to go. Over a round and a half, minus 155. If available, not a terrible play, but betting this one is not your best bet, I think. I think sit down, watch. We're going to learn a lot about Potieria. I think we'll also learn the level of Negumereanu as well. Two here, I would rather sit back, no bet. But we're going Potieria for the win. And if you get him at plus money, maybe you throw down on him, but not a great bet with a lot of unknowns.
Agreed. Exactly right. There's a couple of those fights on this card where we have an Olympic wrestler coming up, but we'll bring that up. It's like you want to have enough confidence before you bet. This is one where we're seeing a lot of intangibles. Let's see how he looks on this card. We're going to be much more informed next time we talk about him because we need to see what he looks like against this level competition. AJ, we must admit, though, against the cans, he looks great. He does look good. He moves well. He kicks well. Yeah. You know, he's got a little pop to his shots. I think his kickboxing looks tight.
I think he's technically better than Negumereanu, but it's not necessarily going to be, is it He's technically better, or is he able to keep that range? How does he
Yeah.
deal with the pressure? I'm going to say he does. We're riding with him, but just some question marks about how good really is he. Let's jump to the next one. Ladies going after it. It's Joselyne Edwards taking on Jin Yoon Kim. This fight here, man, for me, I am leaning it towards Kim, bro. Like, but it's not one of my like favorite. Yeah, like as you say, it's like a coin flip style. Both girls don't really impress me a ton. There's moments where I don't like either one. Sometimes I feel like Kim maybe has a bit more pop with her striking, hits a bit harder, better boxing maybe, but Edwards, rangier girl. How's the physical strength going to match up? Both girls fairly hittable. Like to me, this fight is a coin flip of women towards the back end of the weight class. I'll lean it towards Kim on the cards. I don't know, Mike. I want to hear your breakdown on this one, to be honest.
The best thing Edwards has going for her is she's bigger, right? She's going to be significantly bigger. Does that mean she's stronger? Does that mean she's going to use that weight? She's always backing up in her fights. She's pretty easy to take down. I just don't see her being able to use her size advantage against Kim, man. I see Kim landing punches, as you said, potentially even being able to out grapple her. I mean, I think Kim definitely, she's been on a bad streak in the UFC, man. I mean, how many losses in a row? But this might be the one, man. I like that Edwards is the short notice replacement too. So Edwards took this fight on shorter notice. Kim's been training for this card. You add those things up, and I got to lean Kim here. I got to think that she's going to get it done. But it's kind of crazy because Edwards, better record, bigger girl, just looking at it on paper, you would think Edwards, you start watching more of their tape. Edwards doesn't use those advantages she has. I don't see her magically doing it here. I got Kim. It could go 3. I would be surprised if she got Edwards out of there, but it wouldn't be impossible, AJ.
I'm going Kim too. I'm going to go decision though. I do think it goes to full 3. Line is about -105 for Kim, -125 for Edwards. Over 2.5 is unplayable at -400. You want to play Kim by decision? Really? Probably not. +170 for that line. I think sit back, watch this matchup. Money to be put elsewhere. But I am going to ride Kim to win. I do think she gets it done. And I mean, she's ever so slight an underdog in the matchup.
There we go. Me and AJ on a dog. When me and AJ jump on a dog, take notice.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. But this one, we'll see. Let's jump to the next one. I think things get exciting now with this matchup. You got Michael Morales taking on Adam Fugitt. I like that last name, Fugitt. He decided Fugitt. He'll take the fight. I'll take the fight on short notice. Let's go. His last fight was really impressive, bro. He ran through Solomon Renfro, but I was digging back on older tape, and I'm like, wow, he had the golden performance there. Normally, he doesn't have that level of crispness just to his striking. I saw him get dropped by an uppercut on the lower tier scene. I'm like, okay, now you're fighting Michael Morales, somebody the UFC is obviously interested in rising towards the top, takes it on short notice. This should be a Morales KO TKO, probably in the second round, maybe in the first. I think he's going to be a lot faster. I think his boxing is better. I think his grappling is better. And I think he's going to hurt Fugitt. So Fugitt, we're going with Morales, man. Let's do it.
This could be a good fight, but Fugitt took it on short notice, man. You got to think Morales is gonna get out there and let his hands go, put pressure on him and try to get him out of there. If you're Morales, you're thinking this is my opportunity to get a knockout. This is my opportunity to finish a fight. I bet he does it. I'll take Morales KO too.
Morales by KO. I like it, Mike. Now the lines are ugly. -600 for Michael Morales, +400 for Fugitt. The under 2.5 is sitting at -200. Under 1.5 is -120. Let's see. If we have a Morales KO line, it's near even at -110.
Interesting.
It's just not a very bettable fight, man. Unless you're throwing Drake money at this fucking thing. Like, come on.
Hey, he cashed that last one. Patty Pimblett and Molly
Morales.
Meatball.
That was a great play, honestly. Drake, much love to him, man. He had Izzy, I think, the week before, right?
He must have watched Moneyline because that was my parlay, right?
I think he was watching. I don't know why he didn't shout us out, but that's great for you, motherfucker. Yeah, we're riding with Morales though, and I don't want to say it's I will say it. It's a fucking mismatch, especially short notice.
That's the thing, right? It's like even if Fugitt is able to compete with him a little bit, he's gonna probably gas first, you know.
Yeah.
And so you also are doing the short notice thing. That's what makes this thing too much of a landslide for me, you know. And when I see a big underdog like that, I always try to think, can they win? Can they get it done? We're gonna double up on Morales having one of the best fights of his life.
Let's go. Morales for the win. Let's jump to the next one. It is Drakkar Klose versus Rafa García. Mike, I'll let you take it first and give us your thoughts here.
Rafa García, another replacement. I don't know how late notice on this one. Maybe AJ has some info on that, but man, Drakkar hits hard with that right hand. And for a guy who hits like Drakkar does, you would think that he would get a lot of knockouts. Actually, no. You know, he got a knockout in his last fight, but he finished 15-9 Brandon Jenkins. You know, Rafa García is not Brandon Jenkins, man. Rafa García is going to give him a good test. You know, Rafa García was taking Chris Grutzmacher down. I mean, he's gonna definitely push Drakkar. I just think that Drakkar is gonna have that power advantage on the feet. I do think he defends the takedowns here. I'm gonna pick him UD, unanimous decision. I'll go close.
Yep, I'm with you on close, unanimous decision. Also, just looked on Instagram. Garcia posted about this fight about 2 weeks ago. So I'm assuming about a 2-ish week notice. And let's be real, he has the win recently, looked to be in shape in previous posts, training for fights. It's different fight shape in camp versus, you know, just being in shape, you know. I still think he'll come ready to rock. I believe he's going to be in good enough for the 3 rounds. But I just think no matter, even if it was a full camp, I think Drakkar's a hard fight for him. Drakkar's pretty good, man. I think he's a guy that he ran into a really big shot by Beneil, but they were having a fucking dog fight before that. And then his neck gets fucked up by Jeremy Stevens. So he's had some hiccups along the road. Yeah. Now he fights Rafa García. I think it's a favorable fight. I don't think he gets the knockout here. I think he probably beats him in a competitive striking, probably a bit of clinch grappling. I think he can fend off the wrestling of Rafa García. Do you see Klose out wrestling García at all, or do you see more stand-up?
I think Garcia is going to be the one trying to wrestle here, AJ. I think he's going to get punched in the face by Klose and be like, oh, shit, let's get this thing on the floor, man. Klose hits like a truck. The reason why Klose got knocked out by Beneil Dariush is because he is coming for your head, man. He's trying to land those big bombs. And when you do that, you run the risk of running into one yourself. So I do think Garcia is going to turn wrestler somewhere in this fight. And I think Klose will defend it well enough to get to that final scorecard. You know, again, Klose has a lot of power in his hands. I could see him knocking out Garcia, but look at his fights. Most of the time he goes all 3 rounds. It would make sense to me that this one goes to the scorecards.
We're riding with a close decision, and the line for it, money line, is actually not a terrible look. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. -220 for Klose. Garcia +180. Looking towards the props, if we go over 2.5, it's -220. If you like Klose to win by decision, majority of his wins by decision, as Mike mentioned, +120, majority of wins in the UFC, at least as of recent. But I'm going to ride Klose by decision, but I just don't really feel I'd want to throw down on that prop. Maybe Klose parlay piece, maybe a Klose heavy hit money line.
We're going to do parlays later, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see if it's in AJ's parlay. Sneakers the 219. This is going to be a close fight.
That was great. Thank you. That was great. I guess I have to answer this question too. That big up, AJ. We're going live this weekend. Yes, I will be live this weekend for the full card of UFC 277. So keep it locked in right here, man. If you aren't planning on tuning in, you should plan on tuning in because you got me for like 7 hours. Come through, come chill with me, keep the chat active, and let's have a good fucking time.
That's what I'm doing Saturday. I'm teaching a kickboxing class with Giga Chikadze, the best kicker on the frickin' planet. So that'll be super fun. 9 a.m. If you're in Huntington Beach, if you're in Orange County, California, come see your boy.
Come see him. That'd be pretty sick if somebody did show up from the show. That'd be badass.
I love it, man. I showed you there was somebody at the Bellator last time who was hitting me up in my DMs. I saw you from Moneyline. So that's awesome, guys. We love seeing you in the wild. Moneyline fans in the wild. We love it. Tito Ortiz is going to be in the gym. We're actually going to have Beneil Dariush in the gym. We were just talking about him for this fight. Come say hi.
Let's go. That's sick. Finch, man. I got close. You got close. Let's get to the next one. Let's keep running up. This one you had kind of mentioned a little bit earlier. It's Don'Tale Mayes versus Hamdy Abdelwahab. Finch.
Yes, sir.
You talked about the wrestling, so I want to hear your take on this fight first.
You know, Dontel Mays is the first person I've ever seen use a very unique strike. He decided to drop his cup on Josh Parisian's forehead when he was in North-South. That's a creative fighter right there, AJ. There's something to be said about that level of creativity. The actual groin strike. We all remember Greg Jackson telling George St. Pierre, hit him with it. Hit him with your groin, right? Yeah, Dontel Mays really will hit you with his groin if he's on top of you. In all seriousness, this is a good fight. There's a lot of intangibles here. For those of you guys who don't know, Hamdy Abdelwahab is an Olympic wrestler in Egypt. But I get deja vu from that because Mahmoud Sebi, an Olympic wrestler from Egypt in Bellator, is like a 10-1, 11-1 favorite. Goes in the fight, gasses out, gets taken down, mounted, and TKO'd from mount in Bellator. 10 or 11-1 favorite. I mean, so I'm like getting deja vu about these Egyptian wrestlers because I was watching Hamdy fight. One of his earlier fights, he actually got taken down in. So you're getting taken down in MMA. I mean, I'm just starting. More question marks keep popping up for me, not less. He did fight for Game Bred Fighting Championships, Jorge Masvidal's organization. He looked really good in there, but let's be honest. Hamdy's crushing cans over there. And this is not a can. Dontel Mays, is a big, powerful dude. He likes to throw some goofy stuff. He does get himself in some bad positions, but he's dangerous. He's super dangerous in that cage. Hamdy can throw bombs on the feet. I do think that, there's a potential that he could catch Dontel Mays and put him out. There's also a pathway to wrestle Dontel Mays. If you guys remember when Dontel Mays fell victim to that rear naked choke, it was off of a nice trip takedown and he got his back taken and got choked. Could that be an event that happens here? I think potentially. And then again, Hamdy on the feet, I still think it's close, man. I do think that these guys banging back and forth, you're getting more into coin flip territory. Even if you give a little edge on the feet to Dontel Mays, you still got to give the wrestling edge to the Olympian. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Hamdy Abdelwahab gets the TKO ground and pound from the top position, but I'm going to say no bet. And the reason why, AJ, is the same thing we were bringing up earlier. Too many intangibles here. What does he look like against real competition? We're going to get to find out.
Yeah, man, and that's why I'm picking against him, actually. I'm going with Dontel Mays to win, just because digging into Abdelwahab's fights, I wasn't super impressed against the competition, but there was one fight in particular. He went 3 rounds. I don't remember the exact name. I could pull it up on Tapology, but no real point. I believe the guy's record was close to 500. Abdelwahab was taken down at one point, I believe. It was like an awkward fight, goes long, and then there was another fight on his record. He ends up getting a DQ, and he was even in a kind of weird, situation where he was put on his back. Dontel Mays can wrestle a bit, man. MMA wrestling. He's a huge human being. Dontel is going to have height advantage of 4 inches, 6'2" to 6'4", but he brings an 8-inch reach advantage. Now, I don't think Dontel does a great job at managing the distance like a professional boxer or anything like that. I do think Abdelwahab will get in close, and I think he's going to look to throw bombs. I think he gets into maybe a bit of a sloppy striking match at times with a lot of clinching. Gas tank is a huge question mark for Abdelwahab. How will he look, being in a real competitive fight? Then round 3 comes around. I think Dontel might steal it on the cards, could steal it with a late TKO. I'll ride Dontel Mays also on the fact we just don't know enough about Hamdy's level, and I'm riding with Dontel.
Exactly. It's not a fight that you're going to bet on, though, AJ, are you?
It's not. Abdelwahab, he's plus money as a dog. I'll bring the lines up for you guys right now. Abdelwahab is plus 155. Mays is minus 190. I'm not throwing down on Mays at minus 190. I think it goes over a round and a half at minus 170. I think that might be your bet there. Over a round and a half. I don't think Dontel gets KO'd in 1. I don't think Abdelwahab gets KO'd in 1.
Abdelwahab does throw bombs, brother. He does throw bombs from Baghdad, as Eminem said, man. He freaking clenches his fist up, and he'll throw big hooks at you. God's son in here says Mays wins a snooze fest. Honestly, I don't see this thing being a snooze fest, brother. I see this thing being a one where they both get tired because they're both throwing bolos, big haymakers at each other. And I think Abdelwahab is going to try to finish the fight until he gasses out. And that's why they'll go all three.
Let's go. Finchman on Abdelwahab. I am on Dontel Mays. Little disagreement, but we're not saying it's lock one way or the other. Let's jump to the next fight. Drew Dober versus Rafael Alves. Finchman, do you think Alves has a shot? I like the way he catches necks, man. He shoots for guillotines well. He went distance with his Magulov and had him in compromised positions a few times. Dober has been choked by a guillotine before too, so that's something to note.
Yeah, I'm a somewhat of a Dober fan, I must say. I was pretty surprised just how bad Islam Makhachev was able to dominate him. That was really impressive by Islam. That's where I really saw like, oh, Islam's that good, because Drew Dober was a really good test to kind of see where he was at. Turns out he's a couple levels above. With that being said, I think Drew Dober doesn't get tapped in this one, man. Look, it is possible. I think the guillotine threat would be the number one threat on the ground. I think Dober guts this one out, man. He is tough, brother. Terrence McKinney tried to get his ass out of there, and anybody without just 10 out of 10 heart would have been out of that fight. I like Drew Dober because he's the type of guy who's durable, man. He can go through the war. He is good at striking and good at grappling. I do think he's sound enough on the ground to be able to withstand Rafael Alves. I'll pick Dober in a pretty damn good fight. Is he gonna finish Alves? I think that'll be tough, man. If he does, it's probably with his hands. But let's go all three with this one again. I'll pick a Dober decision.
Dober decision. I'm gonna jump on the Alves side by submission. I think he's gonna lock up the neck, man. Guillotine, bro. I'm calling guillotine right now. Is it a sniper? And is it gonna miss? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Alves is a plus 155 underdog. Dober minus 190 is the favorite. Looking towards the submission prop, Alves wins by sub, plus 400 range. I think Alves catches that neck, man. I'm riding with him to win, Mike.
Wow. That's a big ass head. Drew Dober's got a big ass head. When you grab somebody with a big ass head like that, it's that much harder to get that freaking noggin out of there, right? So Drew Dober's got a jaw that belongs on Mount Rushmore, man. That dude, you can hit him in the head with a baseball bat. I don't think he's going nowhere. So, I do think that he's able to kind of get his way out of that guillotine, stay in the top position. And I like what Andy Gonzalez here said, that he's all pressure, and that's exactly right. It's like, exactly. Drew Dober is the definition of pressure. That's a lot of credit, but yes, I do think he pushes forward. I do think he outworks Alves, being a better mixed martial artist.
Let's go. I like it, man. Let's go. I like that we're opposing one another here, but we're
there. We go. We'll have a couple good ones,
baby. Let's go. We'll jump to the featured prelim. It is Alex Morono and Matthew Semelsberger. I kind of feel like Alex Morono is going to be tricky for Semelsberger. I see him touching him up with awkward punches. I like the hooks from Morono. I like the front kicks. I do think Semelsberger keeps his strikes a bit tighter than Morono. Straight shots could land. And Morono has a bit of like a modified Thai style stance. How would you describe it? As modified Thai style? He has it like very upright though. Like it's a unique flow that he has on his game. Semelsberger a little more typical, more slick style, a little bit tighter, as I said. I feel like, though, Morono is going to find a lot of front kicks for some reason here. And I don't think Semelsberger offers a significant grappling threat. As they get in the close range with one another, I think Morono's more scrappy than Semelsberger. I'm actually riding with Morono to win a decision here, Mike. What do you think?
This is a tough pick for me, man. Look, when you look at the way Morono got blitzed by Chaos Williams, Semelsberger doesn't have that speed. I mean, I'll say it outright, but Semelsberger is dangerous on the feet, man. I do think there's a potential that he knocks Morono out. Semelsberger. So, but now that I say that, it's very important to note, has said that he prioritizes exciting fights over winning. Okay. So anybody out there betting on him, he said it himself, be careful betting on me because I'm going out there for blood. I think Semelsberger can hit him, man. I do think Semelsberger can get him out of there. If Morono is smart, I think he becomes more of a mixed martial artist here, tries to clinch him, tries to take him down, sees if he can get to the top position. That's how I see Morono more so taking this thing over. If he wants to stand in front of Semelsberger, I'm going to give a little edge to Semelsberger, and unfortunately, that's kind of what I see happening. You know, I don't think he's going to fold like Donald Cerrone did under Morono. I do think he's going to be in there banging with them. They're both going to hit each other hard. I just think Semelsberger is going to find the right hand and put him out, man. I'll go ahead. I'll go a little crazy on this one. Semelsberger knockout. Good fight. Not one I'm betting on. I bet there are better bets on this card.
Semelsberger's line, he's minus 160 as the favorite. Morono, the plus 130 underdog. Let's see here. You don't like the over. You don't like the under. You're saying Semelsberger by KO. That prop is plus 265. If we had Morono by decision, it's plus 235. I like Morono as an underdog, but Mike's bringing up valid points, though. Like, it's not a clear path to victory 100%. We're going to find out a lot. If Semelsberger can find that chin, he could do serious damage.
I think he watches that Chaos Williams fight and thinks, you know what, I can do that. And he's not the athlete that Chaos is. He's not gonna have that speed advantage. But I do think he's gonna be in there banging with him, man. I think it'll be a fun fight. This will be one of the more fun fights on the card.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think we're gonna see a scrap between both these men. That brings us though to our main card. Moneyline. We are live with the main card breakdown. Make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. Much love to everybody tuning in. Also, Finch, man, tell them what we need from them. Tell them what they need to do for us.
Guys, we are sponsored by MyBookie. Use promo code Moneyline to get a 50% bonus when you sign up. We appreciate it. We want to keep this show looking beautiful for you, and we want to keep delivering every week. It helps us out, helps you out because you get a little 50% bonus when you sign up. Bet responsibly. MyBookie, promo code Moneyline. Thank you.
Moneyline. Finch, let's start it off with this one. I think we're going to agree probably step by step on this.
Okay.
Ankalaev,
looking
like he's so well-rounded that he's going to be challenging for a belt here in the next 9 months. Anthony Smith, game fighter to be in the way, but Ankalaev, I think, picks him apart. Striking is able to outmatch him. Grappling is able to outmatch him. Takes him on the cards. A patient, conservative, and quality win by a unanimous decision for Magomed Ankalaev.
AJ, Anthony Smith's win over Superman Ryan Spann, that is aged really well. He looked really good against Cutelaba, and you look at the list of opponents Anthony Smith has had. At this point, Anthony Smith is a real veteran, man. He's really seen, he's been in there with John Jones. He's been in there with the best of the division. He's seasoned. He's not too far from his prime, man. I do think in a way his fight IQ is in a prime, So I think it's an interesting matchup for Ankalaev. I'm not. I like what he said. He's like people think Ankalaev is the second coming of Jesus or something. He thinks people are giving Ankalaev too much credit. I see what he means. For him to be like a 5-1 dog, is that what it is? It's too wide. That's crazy. I can't just look at the fight based on the odds, though. I mean, if we're just talking about who do I think is going to win this fist fight, you got to think Ankalaev's on a roll here. You got to think he's on the fast track to a title shot. Ankalaev he doesn't take a ton of risks on the feet, AJ. Ankalaev is not the type of guy to stand there toe-to-toe throwing crazy bombs. He's calculated, he's composed, he's hard to hurt, and he's a complete mixed martial artist. So, Smith at the press conference today said that Ankalaev has been in 18 MMA competitions. This will be his first fight. I like it, man. I think people are sleeping on Anthony Smith a little bit here. I think this will be closer than people think. I think Ankalaev pulls out the decision.
Ankalaev by decision, man. I think Anthony Smith is game, and he's going to last the full 3. He's a top-line guy. He's long, too. He's been in there with John Jones. I think that carries, some value into fights.
Yeah.
But I like Ankalaev, but I don't think Ankalaev goes out and beats the brakes off him. I think he takes it on the cards, and Ankalaev continues to kind of do what he does. But now the lines for Ankalaev are so swelled. Minus 555, Smith plus 380. I wish these lines were closer. It's unfortunate that Ankalaev is getting the, Dagestani treatment, and we're not able to play him money line, because I think at minus 250, that's the real fight. Minus 250. That's the real line. Ankalaev to win. You can't touch the money line. You go over 2.5, it's minus 155. If you want to bank on Ankalaev winning on the cards, Ankalaev by decision is plus 110. It's a fight, though. And you got big men. If a clean shot lands, Ankalaev could sleep Smith. And I mean, if Smith landed the perfect punch, I think he could hurt Ankalaev, maybe even submit him. He's got very solid ground game.
Smith's dangerous.
Smith's a dangerous fight, man, but he's losing the bout, but he's being slept on by the books. We're going Smith by decision. Or excuse me, Ankalaev by decision over Smith.
I was like, whoa. Yeah, because our guy just shouted out earlier, Anthony Smith by split decision is plus 2,500. That's crazy, though. You're going to bet on split decision. That's come on. You can't. Split decision. How am I going to bet on a split decision? I like those crazy odds, though. Buffo on the beat. Arena is going to be chanting USA, USA. Okay, Buffo on the beat. Admit this to me, okay? All Americans, we need a better chant. All right? Everybody in Ireland's got their freaking everywhere in Europe you go, right? Yeah. They got cool chants and things they do. We just USA. Come on, man. We need to figure out a better one because for those of you guys who watch like UFC London, for instance, the way they're behind the guys who are and girls who are representing London, I mean, is absurd. It's a little bit more lenient over here in the United States. We cheer for foreigners all the time. We love Conor McGregor over here, right? Yeah. We love Hamzat Chimaev over here, so we care a little bit less. I don't think that'll be a huge factor, Buffo on the beat. But hey, fellow Americans, let's get a good chant. If you could think of one, AJ, let's get it out there, bro.
Okay, all right. There's only one Anthony Smith. You know how many Anthony Smiths are out there? That's the fucking.
I like it. I like Patty's. What is it? Patty the
Patty. Oh, Patty the Patty.
Hey, that goes hard.
Yeah, bro.
I need to write that song actually. All right, I'm gonna start working on that.
Let's go, Finch, man. Get to work, my brother. Let's go. I'm going Ankalaev decision. That's it. Fair play.
Agreed. In a technical fight, Ankalaev on his side should try to be very technical in this fight. If he doesn't make mistakes, he gets through it. Decision.
Ankalaev over Smith. Game fight, but Ankalaev should win. Let's jump to the next one. Very interesting matchup in the flyweight division. Alexandre Pantoja versus Alex Perez. Pantoja's got to win over Brandon Moreno. You look at his game overall. Doesn't he have a win over Kai too, or am I mistaken on that one?
You are not mistaken. He's got Brandon Moreno, Kai Kara-France, Manel Kopp, Brandon Royval submitted him, didn't he?
Yeah, dude, broke him out.
Dude, the resume of Pantoja is damn near second to none in the division.
If he wins this fight, I think he's next in line. If he can beat Perez, I mean, but the problem is this confusing situation with Figueiredo. I don't know if you saw, somewhere was released, I don't think it's true, but he was going to be fighting Cody Garbrandt at 135, but it seems to be fake news. That's just something I saw on Twitter.
Fake news.
Fake news, man. Dude, you do a good Trump, bro.
Huge. Absolutely fake.
Mike, man, I'll be honest, you should be Trump for Halloween, bro.
I'm gonna have to start eating some cheeseburgers, bro. Dye this hair. Yeah, I got you. Trump for Halloween. I'll tell everyone how tremendous the UFC cards are next time.
Reminds me of like Trump from like a comedy movie or something, like a parody fucking knockoff. That's great. That's incredible. But let's talk the fight, man. Let's not talk accents too much here. What do you think? You feel like Pantoja's the guy against Perez? You think he matches up well?
You felt my hype there, right? You felt my energy on Pantoja there. Yes, man. I think that he's got way too many quality wins in the division. He's already beat the champion and the two challengers for the interim title, the former champion Brandon Moreno, the top contender Kai Kara-France. I do think that he's going to be a lot here, man. And you know what? Alex Perez hasn't fought since 2020 when Davis and Figueiredo just ran him over, strangled him, right? So Figgy, smoked him in that fight, man. I could see, I could see Pantoja submitting him too, dude. I'll go out on a limb and say Pantoja does it like Figgy did it, man. Runs through him, submits him, and makes a statement for a title shot.
Yeah, I think Pantoja wins the submission too, man. That's the official pick. Pantoja is a favorite, -185. Perez +155. I mean, I respect Perez's wrestling. I think he's got tricky striking, but I just think Pantoja is going to be too much for him, and especially the jiu-jitsu. I think Pantoja has a clear edge to find a sub. Pantoja by sub is +450 as well.
Oh, shit. Consider it, ladies and gentlemen. This is not financial advice, but consider it. I like that.
Consider it, brother. Consider it. Let's go. We're riding with it, man. You think submission? What you have a specific hole? You think rear naked? You think guillotine?
He's a rear naked guy, AJ.
Yeah,
he's a rear naked guy. Rear naked choke. Rear because you're behind the person. Naked because there are no limbs in it. And a choke because the Brazilians don't speak English. And really what you're trying to do is strangle somebody. You're not choking them. I choke on spaghetti, right? I am strangling a person when I do a rear naked strangle. So I do think he's going to get behind him and use that submission. That's what he does, man. That's one of his better go-tos. I think he gets the back, gets the mount, gets the back, gets the rear naked.
Are you changing the name of the rear naked choke? Is this the Mike Finch official rear naked strangle? I've never heard that.
Rear naked strangle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say it like it is. All right. Let's say it like it is. You choke on pizza, you strangle the blood from getting to someone's brain.
True. You're right. I like it, man. Rear naked strangle for those watching. Let's keep running up. We got Pantoja via rear naked, and we're jumping to our featured bout of the night. Derrick Lewis back in action. They give him Sergei Pavlovich, which I think is not an easy fight. Derrick Lewis in Texas. For some reason, Derrick Lewis is like a nervous wreck in Texas or something. I feel like he doesn't do well in Texas, and he's fighting a tough Russian. What do you think on this fight, Mike? Do you think Pavlovich got the boxing to touch up Derrick Lewis from range and maybe stun him, or you think he's going to be forced into a brawl and Lewis finds the chin? Or
I think Pavlovich is going to knock his ass out. I think Derrick Lewis really showed some holes against Tai Tuivasa when Tai Tuivasa elbowed him. You just saw Derrick Lewis's soul leave his body, you know? His balls was hot before. His balls was gone when he got hit with that shot, bro. He decided he did not want to fight anymore that night. I don't mean to disrespect Derrick Lewis, but I do think we're towards the end now. Now we're going to start seeing Derrick Lewis have some trouble with these contenders like Pavlovich is. If Derrick Lewis is going to win this fight, this is going to sound crazy. I think you should try to take him down. I think Derrick Lewis on top with some big ground and pound knocks him out. But I do think on the feet, there's a speed disadvantage. There's a where you're at in your career disadvantage. There's certainly a height and reach disadvantage, which, you know, Derrick Lewis has overcome before. But when he's done that, he was getting beat by Volkov. He was, you know, he's losing some of these fights against these good strikers. Then he knocks them out. I don't think Pavlovich makes that mistake, AJ. I think Pavlovich is going to put some right hands down the pipe that are going to be a big problem for Derrick Lewis. You heard Pavlovich at the press conference today. He was saying, I need this name on my record. You know, that's the type of mindset to have going in there, man. I do think Derrick Lewis's best days are behind him. I think Pavlovich's best days are ahead of him. I think one of his best days is going to be on Saturday when he knocks Derrick Lewis out, at least a TKO.
Pavlovich for the win, both of us. I'm leaning it too, man. I think he hurts Derrick Lewis on the feet. That Tai Tuivasa fight does not sit well with me. Derrick Lewis is a dog at +110. Pavlovich at -140 is the favorite. If we look towards Pavlovich by KO, that line just slates at just +120. It's really not a good line. I think Pavlovich, maybe you do a money line attack. You go under 2.5 rounds is -350. You can't under 1.5, -150. High possibility, but maybe not a great play. I'm going Pavlovich by KO, I think first or second, and it's going to be a sad day to see Derrick Lewis drop. Sad.
In Texas again. Damn, man. They didn't give him a favorable matchup, AJ.
No,
you know? They could have given him, you know, I'm not going to hate on any heavyweights and drop a name in here, but, you know, a more winnable fight than this. Pavlovich is on a roll, bro. You don't want to be standing across the cage from him if you're not in your prime, ready to rock. I don't know where Derrick Lewis is at.
I don't either. We'll find out. Pavlovich, Finch and I's picks, doubling down on the Russian. Let's jump to the co-main event. Brandon Moreno, Kai Kara France 2. Like, this is an intense rematch. The first fight was really competitive. I went back and rewatched it for this.
I watched it last night.
It was a fight, man. And what I noticed is something that I think you'll agree. How many nice right hands did France land right on that chin? Bah, bah,
Only
bah.
in the first round. Only in the first round. After the first round, he started to slow down. You saw Moreno with that lead head kick over and over again. Moreno like mad dogging him. He would kind of like show, Moreno was just he mentally beat Kai Kara-France in that fight. Kai Kara-France was kind of like, looked much more conservative, and and Moreno was fighting. Moreno was in a fight in that one. I do think that we saw, factually, we saw Brandon Moreno outstrike Kai Kara-France in that fight, AJ. And so if Brandon Moreno has the chin to absorb that right hand in the first round, that makes me think that he's not going to lose this fight anywhere, because we know Brandon Moreno is the better wrestler. We know Brandon Moreno is far better at jiu-jitsu than Kai Kara-France. You saw Bontarine whooping his ass on the ground. You don't want to see Brandon Moreno on your back, man. I think he might wrap something up. So, that first fight, AJ, what I learned is that Brandon Moreno can take Kai Kara-France's right hand, and that's what Kai Kara-France would need to win this thing.
Yeah, I think because one thing about that Mexican chin, bro, they always take huge shots. You need to attack that body, man.
Heart.
There's no quitting him. In that first fight, he was getting hit with clean rights in that first round, overthrowing that left hook, on the money. But there's no phase. There's nothing. It's pressure. Moreno is going to walk Kai down again. I think Kai Kara-France is going to go the distance with Moreno here. I'm going to pick Moreno on the cards to beat Kai 49-46, 48-47. Like, I think a clear, though, unanimous decision for Brandon Moreno. He becomes the interim champion, and who knows what happens.
Brandon Moreno can dominate this fight if he hits a takedown. If he hits a takedown on Kai Kara-France, he can get him out of there in the first round. He could wrap up that rear naked strangle, and he'll get this thing over with. I do think that the mixed martial arts aspects to this, almost all of them go to the former champion, Brandon Moreno. And something to think about here. In the first fight, Kai Kara-France won the first round because he still had his power, as he fatigued Moreno 1, 2, and 3. This is a 5-round fight. What's he going to look like in rounds 4 and 5? I know what Brandon Moreno is going to look like. I know Brandon Moreno is coming out there to finish fights, to win, to move forward. And I can't say I have any of that data from Kai Kara-France. There are too many reasons for me to lean Brandon Moreno here. Odds are not too wide. They're really familiar with each other. They were roommates on The Ultimate Fighter. I do think that Brandon Moreno's got his number.
I think so too, man. He takes him again, 2-0 against Moreno, 2-0 for Moreno against Kai Kara-France. It's funny, these guys on the first season of the Flyweight Ultimate Fighter didn't win the show. Tim Elliott wins it. These guys are at the top of the weight class now. Pantoja, Moreno, France. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, here they are, man. Started from the bottom, now they're here.
They're here.
They're getting towards their primes. I will say this. Both of them are better when they fought the first time. Both of them are a lot better when they were losing to Pantoja on The Ultimate Fighter. So, it's a new fight a little bit in that sense. But again, AJ, look at the evidence, man. I think Brandon Moreno's on the ground is nasty. Kai Kara-France, big holes in his game. How are you going to bet on somebody who's going to lose multiple aspects of the fight that are key? The takedowns, the actual grappling on the ground. I think he's going to be in trouble down there if it hits the mat. And on the feet, he hasn't shown me that he's got what it takes to deal with Brandon Moreno. If he could knock him out, why didn't he do it in the first fight? He landed the right hand how many times, AJ? You said it yourself. Yeah. So people take that and they're like telling me, well, he was out striking Brandon Moreno early on. Maybe he'll figure it out. Yeah, but he gassed. It's a 5-round fight, and he couldn't knock him out. He couldn't get him out of there. So I don't see why we would bet Kai Kara-France here. You're just betting on the puncher's chance, and the puncher's chance didn't work last time. I don't think it's working this time, man. I think this could be a one-sided ass whooping for Brandon Moreno, and even if it's not, even if it's a close fight, I think Brandon Moreno's got the better cardio, durability, chin, heart.
Everything.
Assassin baby,
minus 210. Kai Kara-France plus 170. Over 4.5 is minus 160. Moreno to win on the cards is plus 135 as well. I like Moreno. I don't think he's a terrible play. Money line, I'm very confident that he wins the fight. Yes, he is a bit wide, but for good reason. It's justified. He has a very clear path to victory, I personally believe, and I see him getting it done. We're riding with Moreno for the win. Unanimous decision on both sides. I think he might get a finish too.
I think Brandon Moreno can tap him out, AJ. I think Brandon Moreno can finish him. Why don't I go ahead and double down on that and go ahead and say Brandon Moreno gets the rear naked strangle. And I gotta shout out this ridiculous comment from Buffo on the beat. Not all. Are you seeing this? I want you to put it up so I don't even have to. I said, there's some holes he's got in his game. Buffo on the beat. Not all holes are bad, Mike. How dare you, sir?
Where is he?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Buffo on the beat? Come on, this is a family show.
That's great. That's funny as shit. That is the comment of the year. That's great. Listen, Moreno to win by submission. You want to know what the line is? Plus 400. So it's a big line. It's juicy if you're attacking that prop.
I think I will consider attacking that. I'm definitely considering looking at just doing a money line on this one because what 2-1 favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not that crazy, guys. I think you're getting some good value for 2-1 favorite. The pathway to beat Kai Kara-France is pretty obvious. Bontarine was dominating him 10-8, you know, so I think it's pretty obvious what Brandon Moreno could do to finish this fight.
Yeah, agreed. Let's jump to the next one. It is our main event of the evening. Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes 2. The first one, Pena broke Nunes, whatever we want to call it. She broke her. Let's be real. Gassed out. She broke her. The thing with Nunes is she's definitely technically better than Juliana, but there's no quit in Pena, and she's frustrating, and I think she gets under Amanda's skin. I think she has something that just bothers Amanda Nunes, man. You get that vibe a little bit?
Yes, I think so.
Bothered by her.
She bothered me, bro. Back on The Ultimate Fighter. Did you watch the first season with her on it?
When she was fighting?
When she was fighting on The Ultimate Fighter.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, bro. I could not. I mean, all respect to her. I could not stand Juliana Pena.
Did you watch this recent season at all? I haven't finished it, but I watched some episodes, and actually I grew to like Juliana as a coach, man. She's definitely got some good intellect, and I like the mindset she has, which a lot of that I think really is going to carry over. I don't think Nunes has that same desire to win that she once had. You quit. Okay, I don't want to say she quit, but she tapped to like squeeze. It's like this uncomfortable. You're the fucking world champ, greatest of all time. Alexander Volkanovski was in a fully locked guillotine against Brian Ortega, and he found the way out. That was just on the face. Juliana Pena beats her again. She's cracked the queen, and now no longer Pena and still.
That's beautiful. She's cracked the queen. Yeah, it was bizarre to see the way Amanda Nunes fought that fight. I just want to talk about it from a strategic perspective first, because AJ touched on the other side, the mental side. I think on a strategic level, Amanda Nunes fought the worst fight she possibly could against Juliana Pena in that first one. She was standing toe-to-toe with her, just banging the whole time. I mean, it was like no movement. Where were her kicks? Where was her, ability to keep distance and gauge range and use her timing and use her techniques? She threw all that shit out the window. She decided to bite down on her mouthpiece and lose her title, going out, what do they say, on your shield, right? Like, just went out there and just went toe-to-toe and had a slugfest. That's not what you expect from the GOAT, the greatest woman of all time, right? That's not what you expect from somebody ranked number one pound for pound, as a woman. So I was very shocked at that performance. I do think there is a pathway here for Amanda Nunes to dominate this fight. And that's side-to-side movement, using her kicks, threatening with the high kick, throwing punches and moving. When she throws punches, she stood there and waited for the response. Throw punches and move. Throw punches and move. Throw punches and float back. I want to see her moving her feet in this fight. I do think that there's just a clear pathway for her to beat up Juliana Pena. Obviously, Juliana Pena has found a way, right? And that's to get Amanda Nunes emotional, striking with her, to get Amanda Nunes on the ground. Obviously, Pena's got a great takedown, solid top game. If I told you last year, AJ, that you could get Amanda Nunes over Juliana Pena for minus 275, you'd bet the farm, right?
Everybody's doing it.
So it's important to notice that, but it's also important to notice it's not last year. This is the Amanda Nunes who had to go through that embarrassing loss where, yes, as AJ said it, she cracked. Will she crack again? There's always that possibility. That's why I'm not going to personally bet on this fight. I'm not going to tell you guys to bet on this fight, but I'm going to be on the other side of this. I do think that the pathway for Amanda Nunes to win is very, very, there's not a lot of weeds in the way, man. She just needs to walk down that path. She needs to not veer from it and start banging like she did last time, getting emotional. If she goes out there and she fights a smart fight, Amanda Nunes should be able to out kickbox Juliana Pena, use her takedown defense, use her movement, fought her a little bit more like she fought Holly Holm or some of the other girls where there's range there. And there's obviously that's part of Holly's style, but she wants to use that space in between the two of them, not just constantly keep her head on the center line in the pocket. Come on, Amanda Nunes. Yeah. If she can go ahead and accomplish those things, I'll go ahead and take Nunes. I do think Nunes could knock her out too, but maybe the best thing actually is to her to lay off the gas pedal. Let me give you guys an example. Conor McGregor fought Nate Diaz, okay? Conor McGregor just punched himself out, gassed out, and got strangled by Nate. Not too dissimilar from what happened to Nunes. What did Conor McGregor do in the rematch? He decided every time he landed a shot to come right back to range, right back out here, right? That's what Amanda Nunes needs to do. She does that, she picks up the decision all 5 rounds. I'll take Amanda Nunes by decision.
Okay, Finch, man, going with Nunes by decision, minus 270 Nunes, plus 210 Pena. Over 2.5, minus 105, man. I like the Pena dog side of things. Pena wins inside distance, plus 385. Nunes by decision, plus 325. Finch, man, do you like any of these props, or you thinking stick to money line on this one? Or don't even touch this fight whatsoever?
Again, guys, I'm not recommending a bet on this fight. I just think, we've got to see what Amanda Nunes we get. Because if we get the Amanda Nunes that fought, Misha Tate, Chris Cyborg, Holly Holm, go through the list. Right. If we get that Amanda Nunes, then yeah, she's going to either knock her out or get a decision. If we get the one we got last time, Pena can crack her again, as AJ put it. So, I'm not too gassed up about betting on this fight. Sean V, Pena is hot, but she ain't Tracy Cortez hot. Why do you guys keep saying Pena is hot? Something wrong with y'all. All right. You guys need to up your taste. All right. We were talking about, Valentina Shevchenko's sister, Antonina. That's a little better than Pena. Come on.
She's not my type personally, but that's just me, bro. That's just me.
Come on, bro. Pena's got a better jaw than me. I can't can't hate on the woman. I don't mean to be rude. Pena's a phenomenal fighter. But I think you guys maybe are getting a little too hot under the covers there. All right, you guys need to get out a little more. AJ's in Florida. I'm in Orange County. We got some beautiful women around here, guys. Widen up your taste.
Widen up the taste a little bit, fellas. Come on now, Mike. I'm on Pena. You're on Nunes. I like that we are on opposing sides for the main event. Nice little friendly rivalry here as we get to fight night. I do want to jump to, though, the money line lock of the night. This segment is brought to you by MyBookie. Guys, use promo code MONEYLINE to get yourself a 50% match bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit after using our code. And really, it helps us out. So do it for us. Help the boys, help the crew, help us keep delivering high quality content each and every week. Help the money line grow as we keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The production will get better and better. The guests will get bigger name. We'll have Khabib on here soon enough. Make sure you help us out. Show some love.
Shit, he's pushing me now. My new best friend Khabib. I'll talk to him, guys. I'll talk to him for you.
Brother, I smash everyone. I smash. Okay, hold on. Come on, Mike. You're letting me down here. Mike, we got a donation in the chat by SD Crusader.
I took my shirt off today for you guys. I'm giving you the picks. How am I letting you down, bro? Come on. Thank you for that.
How's he letting you down? I let Pena do horrendous things.
Chris, bro, you save that for her DMs, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
That's great. Y'all are the goats. Hey, much love. All right, let's get into this lock segment. I appreciate everybody tuning into the show. Finch, go first, my guy.
My lock of the night is Brandon Moreno. He's only a 2-1 favorite. You guys could just money line that. I don't see how Kai Kara-France gets it done. A lot of you guys are saying Kai Kara-France is going to knock him out. What are you talking about? He tried to knock him out in the first fight. He didn't have any success with that. He put his right hand perfectly on Brandon Moreno's jaw. Brandon Moreno flexed at him and then beat the shit out of him for the next 2 rounds. And it's a 5-round fight. I think Brandon Moreno is going to win 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Brandon Moreno can smoke him on the ground as well. I don't think the odds are wide enough. I don't even think Kai Kara-France won his last fight, you know? And now he's going to go ahead and step up with the guy who had a really close decision for that title right there with Fugitt at the top of the division. I got Brandon Moreno all day. I think he's going to strangle him. Just go down with Moneyline. The odds are not wide enough.
Let's go. Moneyline assault on Moreno from the Finch man. Drakkar Klose is mine. I like Drakkar's chances to beat Rafa, especially on short notice. I think it's going to be a hard stylistic matchup for him. I think he does a lot more better. We're riding with Drakkar Klose as our money line lock of the night. But I really like the Moreno pick, Finch, man. And maybe we'll talk about it in our next segment, the $100 parlay.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
All right, the $100 parlays, Finch, man. We got to get something fantastic for the people. You have one listed out that you're ready for?
Of course. Absolutely.
Let's hear it, Finch. Let's hear it. I'm going to get the lines, as close to accurate as possible.
It's crazy for me to tell anybody to bet against Derrick Lewis, but I'm telling you to bet against Derrick Lewis. I just feel like, I just feel like Pavlovich is in a different point in his career than Derrick Lewis is. And if you look at them skill for skill, Pavlovich has a great right hand. He could put Derrick Lewis out. There's a lot of intangibles there. He's got speed. He's got height. He's got reach. He's got, a lot of things going for him. I think Pavlovich knocks Derrick Lewis out. You guys could just money line that if you want. Knockouts, obviously, the official pick. And I've never done this before for the parlay, but I'm going to double down on Assassin Baby. I would say if you're going to parlay something up, Pavlovich and Assassin Baby, we're getting close to free money at this point. Now, I don't want to sound too confident. You guys have to do your own research, bet with your own head. Don't let me tell you what to do. Just consider what I'm saying. My parlay, Assassin Baby, Pavlovich, and I feel like you're walking out with extra money.
Let's go. Finch, man, plus 155 for that play. I'm not going to go as ballsy with Pavlovich as my, 2-fighter play, but I do think, playing with Brandon Moreno is valuable. And especially after this conversation with you tonight, I feel like I'm even more confident on Brandon Moreno. You've jumped my confidence up on him, Mike. I'll be honest with you, man. So it's good to hear some reassuring things from you. Now, I think Drakkar Klose is someone good to add in. Brandon Moreno, Drakkar Klose, plus 120. Not a great line, but a very playable one. If you needed to add a little more juice to it, if you're feeling the woman at the top, Juliana Pena, this is more of a long shot, but plus 605, Moreno, Klose, Pena, 3-fighter play. If you guys are looking for just crazy ass parlays on this week's Best MMA Bets, I kind of do every possibility ever. So if you're interested in that, check out that show that was on earlier on in the week. You scroll back on the channel, just a couple vids. But on this one, we're giving what we're feeling really good about at this moment. I like Finch's. I like mine too. Money plays. Finch, how you feeling about this card?
Oh, yeah. I liked your picks too, man. Absolutely. I think it's going to be a super fun card. I got to give a shout out to Chris here. Parlayed Ozdemir decision last week.
Oh,
thanks to Finch. Brother, I appreciate that. Thank you. You send it back. It's a tip. Thank you, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
Finch out here paying tuitions. You guys are hilarious. Going up, Dixon Sider said free money. I think you guys can get some free money with your MyBookie promo code as well. You get a 50% bonus. We're handing out free money everywhere, guys. Guys, have fun with it. I love seeing you guys every week here. Thank you for the live crew, but also shout out to the replay gang. Remember to drop comments, keep this thing going up. One of our goals with this show was to start hitting 3K. Now we're coming up above 3K. We want to keep pushing this thing, guys. We want to keep bringing you guys this content. We appreciate the Moneyline team. We love you guys, and we will see you every single freaking Thursday. I always look forward to it.
Much love, Finch, man. Much love to the supporters. Smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific every Thursday before the fights. Come here, get your picks. We'll also have some solid interviews as well with top talent from around the world. And hopefully soon, someone with a UFC strap will be coming on the show, Mike.
Hey, there we go. Absolutely. Come on. We'll get somebody for sure. I mean, local here, Carla Esparza is not too far. I mean, if the goal is to get a UFC champ on the show, we'll get it done this year.
Let's do it. We're getting it done. Much love, everybody. Much love, Finch, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Keep those likes running up. And don't forget that promo code Moneyline on MyBookie. Thank you all so much. And we will see you all in the next one. Peace, guys.
Peace.